Wizard 101, the hit family-friendly MMORPG from King's Isle Entertainment, where you take on the role of a young wizarding student who must save the Spiral. For most people, this game is associated with their childhoods. If you're anything like me, maybe you saw a banner ad on Pop Tropica. Perhaps you were more like my girlfriend, you got sucked in because you were looking for a Harry Potter game but found this instead. Either way, if you grew up in the early 2000s, odds are you've heard of this game. I still remember the first wizard I created. I was immediately sucked in by the cool spell animations, the atmosphere, and just the overall vibe. I loved it, and I would play it non-stop. That's until it came. The paywall. For childhood Zen and many other people, this is where their childhood adventures ended. My parents were weary about me having Minecraft, let alone having an online subscription for a video game. That is until about 5 months ago. Remember that girlfriend I mentioned earlier? Yes, she is real, she just goes to a different school, you wouldn't know her, God. Well, she was allowed to get a membership, and for the better part of 14 years, she's played the game. And now that I have adult money and about as much self-control as my cat in a bathtub, I got myself a membership. I just started streaming again recently and I figured, why not? Well, it turns out the community is alive and well, even if it is a little bit of a different age demographic than the game initially intended. Believe it or not, most kids these days would rather play the game where you can be Peter Griffin flying in on the Dragon Ball cloud to grab the Infinity Gauntlet and nuke Naruto into next week, than play the slow turn-based card game in 720p. Wild, I know. Maybe the older demographic for this game isn't totally out of place, because this time I'm no longer a kid. I'm approaching this game with a new lens. The lens of someone who has an understanding of what mortality is and is deeply afraid, can legally drink, and had a recent breakdown about the housing market and the fact that I will probably never be able to provide a home for my family. Oh god. And despite this new lens, everything I loved was still there in reapproaching the game. The cool spell animations, the atmosphere, the vibe, everything was just as I left it. There were a few new things though, like genocide, animal abuse, unlawful construction, false imprisonment, vandalism, and possession of firearm on a school campus. Okay, maybe not that last one. But I realized this game is dark! Like, really dark, and I can hear you. Oh, but Jen, you're just reading into things. No, the fuck I'm not. So grab onto your wizard hats, find a deck of cards, because today, without a shadow of a doubt, besides putting the final nail in the coffin at my chances of ever getting into the extra credit program, I am going to prove once and for all that wizard. What is going on, everybody? Hope you're having a fantastic morning, evening, day, noon, or night, wherever the heck you happen to be in the world at this time. As always, I'm your host, Zen, aka Zen Miso, and today we're going to be covering the entire first arc of Wizard 101, because I want to shine a light on just how dark and straight up fucked up this game is sometimes. It's honestly incredible. See, most people nowadays play the intro of the game a very long time ago, and for me, I was either talking to chat. This is top tier content, chat. Someone needs to clip this right now. Getting spam pixie posts about Planet Fitness. Oh, my pixie post. I sure hope none of this is from fucking Planet Fitness. Grinding metal plates, strength, big muscle, Planet Fitness. Or telling my mods why they shouldn't write foot pasta in the chat. You guys are being so amazing, and I'm over here trying to figure out how to add please don't talk about foot pasta to the chat rules. So it's probably a good time to review, I guess. Anyways, our story starts in... The game begins with the headmaster of Ravenwood Academy, Merle Ambrose, summoning us from Earth, a distant world.
Does not even believe in magic.
Ignoring the fact that we've literally just been what I can only explain as magically kidnapped, we get to Ravenwood to attend the academy. However, upon arriving, we find out that ex-Death Professor
Malistaire
Drake has returned, so our orientation is cut short as we are sent to fight him. I'd like to pause here and point out that we've just gotten here. We've only told Merle our name and gender, and now he is sending us straight to the front lines to fight ex-Death Professor, now magical terrorist, Malistaire. Are you kidding? We get inside and are given our first wand and deck of spells, and with the help of Merle and his talking owl Gamma, we're instructed on how to play. Merle explains the pip system and how you need them to cast spells, and they can only be gained over time before contradicting this by giving us a few extra to help push Malistaire back. Listen, the fact that Merle has the agency to just give me pips outside of the confines of a duel circle is unbelievable and inexplicable in its own right. But given my sanity is already dwindling after cross-checking and reviewing a 396-page document on the entire lore of Wizard 101 and Pirate 101, written by this member of the community, I'm just gonna go ahead and put this in the unexplicable Merle's power bin, and we're just gonna move the fuck on. Upon defeating Malistaire, we regroup with Merle in his office, where we learn that Malistaire has raised the undead in Wizard City. They're being led by Lord Nightshade, so before even getting shown our room, we're teleported to Unicorn Way by Merle to help out. Again, breaking the established laws of this world. The fact that he can just pick me up and plot me wherever the fuck he wants holds so many questions and implications that I can't even begin to... Boop. Fast forward, we're being ping-ponged around Wizard City like the exploited child labor we are.
Hero.
We learn Malistair's plan is to overrun Wizard City and take away the wizard's magic by destroying the Storm Mill. Additionally, he's stolen the Eye of History from Bartleby the World Tree because this plot isn't convoluted enough as it is. After finding and defeating Lord Nightshade, it's revealed that his true intention behind raising the undead in Wizard City was to create a diversion, as his primary goals to travel to Krokotopia for unknown reasons? Well, that's good. At least Wizard City's safe. We get to go on being a student, and Merle's gonna take on care. So on we go to We follow Malistair to Krokotopia, an ancient Egyptian-themed world where we soon discover that Malistair is searching for the Croconomicon, a powerful artifact containing the secrets of the ancient Crocs. This artifact is so powerful and special that there is just no in-game art for it. I've fucking looked everywhere. I've Google searched, wikis, Discord. It does not matter. This super important cornerstone of the entire first arc just does not exist in art form. Anyways, we learn that the oppressive Crocs have reawakened once more and are enslaving the Manders, a native species of Krokotopia. Apparently for thousands of years, the Mander race lived in harmony until one day a floating chunk of Earth appeared, and who was on that chunk of Earth but the Crocs, whom the Manders welcomed and fed, only for them to pull an absolute fucking Christopher Columbus and become tyrants. Because what game with a target demographic of kids isn't complete without literal slavery? We work with the Manders and the Marleybonian archaeologists, a group of anthropomorphic dogs excavating the pyramids to find artifacts for their royal museum to try to stop Malistair from obtaining the Croconomicon. Listen, the Marleybonians are only helping because they probably felt bad. They were the ones excavating the pyramids and they woke up the Crocs, but you know what? I'm sure they're good people. I'm sure it's a one-off thing. You know what? They're great. They're dogs. What else could they do? They can't be horrible, right? Right? Despite our efforts, it's revealed that the Croconomicon was taken away to the Royal Museum before Malistair could reach it. Awesome! So we go to... Alright, this world should be cool. I love Sherlock, I love dogs, I love cats. It's inspired by Victorian era England. What's not to love? Marleybone is inhabited by anthropomorphic animals such as the aforementioned dogs and cats. We get here and learn that Malistair has freed the infamous Meowiarty from prison. His plan is to use Meowiarty to bypass the magical defense of the Royal Museum and steal the Croconomicon. Well, this shouldn't be a problem. They must understand this is an issue of universal security, and what the fuck? After talking to the mayor and getting the E for everyone equivalent of a fuck you, we, the students of a different world attending the wizarding school in yet another different world, am coerced into a mercenary job by the upper class into assisting in the direct opposition of the lower class so, oh, you know, we can save the fucking universe. Listen, I'm not gonna go saying eat the rich, but... Listen, I wanted to love this world so much, but this place is fucking horrible. This is actual dialogue from a quest where you have to try to prove a street sweep's innocence. How did King Zio make dogs classes? Well, even though we defeat Meowiarty, Malistair still manages to escape with the Croconomicon, because why not? We learn he's going to Dragonspire, but to gain access to it, he needs a key? There's only one remaining. It's held by the Emperor of... Mushu is an Asian-inspired world, and we arrive there just in time to be informed that Malistair has put the Emperor of Mushu into a deep sleep. To awaken the Emperor, we have to heal his mind, spirit, and body by retrieving 3 essential items: the Imperial Majesty's Sword, the pure waters from the Cave of Solitude, and the fruit from the Tree of Life. Along the way, we fight against Oni demons, who are wearing the clothing equivalent of a towel and spaghetti strap bra to save on ESRB rating points, but ultimately we save the day and manage to save the Emperor from the Jade Oni and awaken him from his slumber. But for plot, once again, Malistair escapes, this time with the Spiral Key to get to Dragonspire. The Jade Champion, not to be confused with the Jade Stripper Elephant we just beat the shit out of, does manage to catch up with Malistair and get him to drop the key. Listen, honestly, this world isn't very clean either, between ghost villages, corruption, warring armies, and a lot of other shit. I mean, there's stuff going on, but compared to Marleybone, this place is squeaky clean and gets a passing grade in my opinion. Anyway, let's pick up this key the Jade Champion got us and go on to... Well, sounds like it could be a cool world.
It sure do pass me, but it's 2 a.m. I forgot to add this next part for context, so we're just doing it here. We've all been asking, who's Malistair, but not how's Malistair? Well, we all know he's angry, but why? Wife died. His wife, Sylvia Drake, she's dead, and that's kind of why he's been doing this whole thing. He also has a brother named Cyrus. This comes in later, and I just kind of forgot to mention it, and I couldn't be fucked right now to do this. I've been editing for so long. Okay, thanks. Back to the video. Like and subscribe. Ooh.
Dragons, lava, and everyone's dead. Turns out, Dragonspire is an ancient haunted world that was once home to an advanced militant society with a prestigious academy rivaling Ravenwood School of Magical Arts in Wizard City. So Wizard Military School. The inhabitants of Dragonspire had a special interest in fire magic, but their world changed when the Dragon Titan was almost summoned. It might sound like the plot of Avatar: The Last Airbender, but I can promise you that one's a lot nicer. The summoning of the Dragon Titan led to the destruction of their world, leaving behind this land of fire, lava, cracked streets, and ghosts. We get to Dragonspire and immediately find out that we must become a student of this other academy to gain access to the headmaster's office, where Malistaire is working on summoning the Dragon Titan again, because that clearly went well the first time. So, once again, we bop around the world, completing quests and talking to ghosts of wildly varying accents to complete our journey. Honestly, this world just has a lot of the same general issues over and over again, and you guys are probably sick of hearing me yap. So instead of telling you them, I'm just gonna sing them.
First we talk to Cyrus Drake, he swings on us a big mistake. We fight back and kick his ass, he still acts like a prick though. Then we're talking to a ghost, it's not a crime, it's still dark though. Tells us to go find a rock, cause I think that helps us somehow. What the fuck, this game has a lot of slivery. Also, this dude wants to lick his boss's feet. We help him, but he's a bitch and turns on me. Kick his teeth, and more ghosts tell me exposition. Make me listen, tell me that Riffraff's forbidden to attend the school of ghosts, I need to be a soldier. Wait, that's a fucking war crime, but almost have no time. Wait a sec, he turned his dead wife to a monster, so trap her in a crystal. Cyrus Drake's a bitch still. Time skip, get the dragon, go up top.
So yeah, we fly into Drake's back up to the headmaster's office for our grand face-off against the man who has single-handedly kept us from attending a single class. The man who's so far distraught by his wife's death that he is trying to genocide the entire world. The man who we have gone on a cross-country road trip trying to find. It is time for our final battle, and we step up and enter the duel circle. And then we just fucking kill him! Yes, you heard me, we kill him! Just straight up murder him! We haven't been to charms or herbology, but we have blood on our fucking hands before gym class. But it's okay, cause we saved the Spiral, and given a clear lack of a United Nations, we're celebrated! Seen the horrors of the Spiral, committed some crimes of our own. We traveled the world and killed a man! The arc concludes with Malistaire reuniting with his once deceased wife Sylvia Drake and walking into the afterlife, ending the story once and for all. Thank God, I am so just fucking done. Holy shit.
Oh, yes. There's a distress call from the Spiral Geographic Society, trapped on Celestia. Do see if you can help them out.
Son of a bitch! Thank you so much for watching my video. This took a lot of planning and a lot of work, and the names of everybody who I got information from or I grabbed clips from, all in the description down below, as well as my socials if you want to find me other places. If you did make it this far in the video, please, if you wouldn't mind, subscribe, because it really helps me out, and I plan on posting more videos like this. I've thought about potentially continuing this as a series, but depending on if people want it or not, we'll see, and we'll go from there. Either way, I appreciate each and every single one of you, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your morning, evening, day, noon, or night. I'd also like to give a quick shout out to two of our wonderful viewers on Twitch. First off, Elion is Lord for winning this beautiful piece made by my girlfriend Misty Cookie during our 19-hour marathon stream. And I would also like to apologize greatly to our wonderful viewer Mason for winning this absolute nightmare that I created. Congratulations, this will watch you in your sleep. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all next week. Peace!